Happy pre-turkey day, everybody. It's your girl Kiwana and I am back with Bel-Air season 4 episode 2, Be a Kid. Y'all, before I start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. Now, y'all, today I'm only doing 2 videos. I will give y'all videos tomorrow, even though it's a holiday. I still want to come up and give y'all videos. I apologize for not dropping the videos yesterday, but I just, y'all, I was struggling yesterday. I was mentally struggling. Yeah, I'm not crazy, okay? But I don't know. I was struggling yesterday, and when I made it home from the store, worked the store, I just wasn't in a mood. So and my problem shouldn't be y'all problems, but really forgive me. But I'm making up for it. So today and tomorrow, I'm only doing 2 today. I just want to enjoy the rest of my work day. Like, I got off early, so I really want to enjoy the rest of the day while it's light outside. Okay. So y'all, listen. Bel-Air episode 2 was really good. Like, I enjoyed it. I watched it yesterday, and I was my body was there, but my mind wasn't there. And I promise y'all, it's nothing anybody did me or anything like that. I'm not hurting. I just didn't have. I don't know. All of a sudden, it just came over me. So anyway, it was really good. I thought that the episode was good, so I actually watched it today, and I was very present. So, all right, now that we got that out the way, so Carlton and Will are walking downstairs. They were talking about Black says how their merch, their new merch look good. He's looking for write-ups on them, busting a window out people's car. Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. Okay, Will was like, listen, you sitting here shaking like booty meat, and I'm sleeping good at night. If they ain't no face, no case. Okay? We good. We good over here. So we thought. Like, again, Will and Carlton are probably going to make some bonehead decisions, as they have for these first 3 seasons. Okay? We expect nothing less. So anyway, and when Will said he was sleeping like a baby, I think this is when we maybe find out he's not having any more of those, I guess, like flashes or PTSD or, whatever you want to call them. We haven't seen it but we haven't seen it in episode 2. Let me say that. So they have a family meeting, right? Viv and Phil want to check on the kids, and everybody find out that Jeffrey is back. Everybody was worried about Jeffrey, but Will looked like he really wanted to cry because he really have this love for Jeffrey. All right. So Jeffrey lets them know that his family is safe and they will be safe, And so Ashley asks about his arm. Well, Phil piped up and he was like, it was from, I guess, I want to say he said a sporting accident. And so they left that alone. They still having a conversation about the other night. So everybody dispersed. Will goes to Jeffrey and he, asked him about that arm. He was like, listen, I heard the gunshots. So we know Jeffrey was pow, which is why he in that arm sling. All right. So Will tells Jeffrey, basically, I can handle this. I can take care. I'm a man. I'm this. And so Jeffrey was like, you're just a scared kid, and you may be a man, but this is when he lets him know, that him and Carlton damaged the people's car. I know about that. Just let me handle it. You just be a kid and you worry about what you got going on. Anyway, We see the kids at the school. They doing their HOCO proposals. Okay. And for people who may not have kids and may be a little elderly as me, I will be 43 next week. Okay. HOCO is just a short term for homecoming. Okay. HOCO proposal. Okay. Because these little kids, they lazy. Okay. Because they want to shorten up everything. Homecoming proposal. Okay. See, I ain't do all of that in high school. Okay. Nobody, you know what? As a matter of fact, none of them funk ass boys that I went to school with ain't even asked me to go to a homecoming. And if you go to my school and you watching this, I probably not talking about you. I'm talking about your friend. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. So we see the cheerleaders. They're walking down the stairs. Each of them have a white rose in their hand. They hand it off to Carlton till he gets to the top of the stairs, and it's Marissa asking him to go to the homecoming. And Carlton is like taken aback. Marissa was like, "Don't make me beg." Will was like, "Yeah, don't make her wait." Because first of all, why you asking him? But okay, Marissa, because listen, Marissa is a cutie patootie. Okay, when I tell you, she is just such a cute young woman. Okay, young lady. All right, she was cute. So while all of this was happening, he said, yes, we see a mirror at the bottom of the stairs. She looked. Y'all know she had that look of disappointment on her face, and she walked off. Okay, she did not crash out. She didn't do nothing else. She kept it ladylike and simple, and your girl walked off. All right. So Lisa is at her locker trying to get her locker open. Here come Will. What's taking you so long to open the locker? Finally get the locker. Poof, confetti. All right. Confetti. And he asked her to the homecoming. And y'all already know what she said. So the janitor lady walked by and she was like, He was like, I'm going to clean this up. She said, you better, because I ain't doing it. That is this above my pay grade. Okay. That's what she said. So in the next scene, Philip tells Jeffrey, I can't wash the money through my organization. And Jeffrey is at the point where he's trying to reconsider because you don't know these people like I know these people. I really need you to reconsider. And Philip said no, and he walked off. And you know that there's still tension between Jeffrey. They're better, but this now has caused a little more tension between Jeffrey and Phil. In the next scene, Carlton and Amira sit down and have a conversation. She says that, he's been acting real sus since she enrolled in Bel-Air Academy. And yeah, because how do you expect Carlton to react? Because you was just at rehab, mama. Like, you was just at rehab. And you almost OD'd, you drowned, almost OD, girl. Yeah, okay. And then you back, and you don't even live in Bel-Air. How did you get in Bel-Air Academy? Like we didn't know that your family had money. Do they have money? I don't think they have money. But okay, it's just questions that I have. Nobody has to answer them. That is just me. All right. So they talk about basically where they both stand. Carlton says that he's in a different place and he wants to move on. Amira basically was like, bet. So Amira and Carlton's conversation is interrupted by Kareem, and he throws a football up. Carlton catches it, and he was like, listen, that wasn't for you. That was for Amira, and he wanted to go with her to the homecoming dance. Something tells me that Kareem, and based on what Lisa said about Kareem, I guess he heard her story about her being in rehab, and I don't know. I feel like he gonna try to play this girl like a $5 hoe, but I feel like, she can take care of her own. All right. And, Amira was like, sure. But y'all know the only reason she said yes to go to HOCO with Kareem is to make Carlton a little jealous. All right. So in the next scene, Vivian and Phil talk. She want to know what's going on between her and Jeffrey. Why they so weird with one another. She see the stairs and certain, things that they do. Okay. So Philip lets her know that Jeffrey is working with the syndicate from London, and Jeffrey has to continue to work for them to pay off his debt. And also, they want to launder money through the legacy heights. Vivian, now she questions Jeffrey, and she wants to know, are they safe with Jeffrey being in the house? And he makes a point for Jeffrey just to assure her, like, Jeffrey saved Will. If it wasn't for Jeffrey, Will wouldn't be here. So you are safe. All right. So we get to the next scene. Eli asks Ashley to Hoko, and then two of her classmates come up to her and say, "Are you the Ashley Banks?" And I would have been like, "Bitch, yeah, I am the Thee Ashley Banks." Okay. And they start to talk to her about, he'll ask her questions about Hillary and Carlton, and now there is that overshadowing, like, I'm Ashley, I'm not Will. I mean, I'm not Carlton and Hillary's little sister. Okay. So now that is in the back of her mind. So Ashley X, old lady, walk on by Miss Olivia. Y'all know last season her and Olivia was, there was a thing. Okay. And Olivia said Ashley is two-faced, and she is basically, Olivia is salty because Ashley is with Eli and not with her. Okay. So in the next scene, the white people get even more raggedier. Okay. Even more raggedier. Okay. Connor, bitch ass. Okay. Him and his raggedy ass friends decided to wear a hoodie that says white sis. Okay. And I was like, really, white people? Really? This is what we doing? Okay. Fine, white people. Fine. So they claim to be doing it because it's Spirit Week and it's senior prank. I mean, it's a senior prank or whatever. And we rarely see Carlton. If y'all have watched, every time Connor would do something stupid, Carlton has always backed him up. And it took a minute for him to, like, get real close with Will and to understand Connor ain't shit. Connor ain't shit as a friend. Connor ain't never been shit. Okay? And Connor's friends. That also made Carlton ain't shit, but that was in the first season. Okay? We like Carlton. Okay? We have grown to love Carl. And let me tell y'all, I follow him on Instagram. He has such a when I tell you I love his smile so much, I think he is so beautiful. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. Anyway, Carlton actually lays into Connor. Like, take this shit off. Take it off. Okay? So Will asks, do y'all even know what black says mean? And no, I'm sorry. He asked them, do you know what black says stands for? And his mayonnaise ass gonna say Ethan. I think it was Ethan, or it could have been Connor. One of them decided to say it means black success, or black access. And then they thought this was a joke. They was like, oh, it's just a joke. It's not a joke. I'm sorry, y'all. It just annoys me. It annoys me to the 10th power. Anyway, Carlton tells him, take the jacket off. And Ethan decided he wanted to be defiant. He was like, how is it okay for y'all to wear for black sex, but it's not okay for white sex? And he also said, if you're proud of your race, what's wrong with me being proud of mine? Ethan said, they talk about having a leg up, and why shouldn't we all have a leg up? Says the person who drives a Bentley, never had to work a day in his life, never earned, probably don't even pay for gas. His parents paid for gas for the Bentley. And you're talking about you having a leg up. That is fucking crazy to me. It is the privilege that pisses me off. Listen, if this portion is not for me racially motivated, but if you think it is, that is okay. You don't have to stand here. But I only know how to be a black woman, okay? And it pisses me off to the 10th power to see people to see white, and we're talking about black and white people, and there are other white adjacent people that act the same way. But let's talk about black and white. To see people who never had to work, grind, hustle, had to do any of that, and are able to get ahead, acting like us trying to get ahead, us trying to be better, have better lives economically, education, all of the things. Like, they act like that's a problem. Okay? First of all, and I'm going to say this, I'm a black educated woman. Okay? I'm like Wendy. Okay? Right now I have 2 degrees. Okay? I have 1 year to finish my 3rd degree. Okay? And then that's what I'm going to start saying. I have 3 degrees and a high school diploma. Plus the high school diploma. Okay? Don't piss me off. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to rant. But it's the privilege that aggravates me. And it's the ignorance that people willfully choose to sit in. Sit in this damn ignorance as if y'all don't know that me, people that look like me, y'all go out of y'all way to try to keep us from getting things that we need. And let's not act like we are denied for everything in the world. We have maintained the life. We still, because of our color, the color of our skin, we can't get far ahead as everybody else that's opposite of us. Okay? The caucasity. Okay? The damn nerve. Okay? If I didn't word this right, I don't know what to say. But that's all I got to say. Anyway, so Will tells Ethan, because he asks, shouldn't we all have a leg up? Will tells Ethan that black people have been denied systemically housing, education, wealth, and political power, such as redlining and voting discrimination. He talked about mass incarceration, employment discrimination, DEI. Need I go on? All right. So at this point, Ethan has nothing to say because there is nothing to say. All right. And they tell him, Drew tells him to take the fucking jacket off. Period. So they was about to get into a tussle. Here come either the teacher or the principal, whoever it was. He come walk his whack ass down the hall. And Drew was like, so you're not going to tell them to take off the damn the damn jacket. Okay. So in the next scene, we see Amira, bow, 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 doing her thing. And I was like, girl, how did you get on the dance team that fast? Okay, how'd you canoodle your way up here? But we not mad at it because dance team equals scholarships, equal full rides. Okay, go ahead and be a dancing doll. Okay. You can. We just want to see you at the Bayou Classic. Shout out to Grambling and Southern this weekend. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. So wait a minute, and that's my other question. How long Amira been in school? A week? Like, I don't know. These are questions I have, but you know what? Amira did her thing. Okay. So Lisa goes up to Amira and they have the conversation. Girl, you fitting in, you moving pretty fast, you fitting in and all of the things. And so Lisa tells Amira that Kareem has a fuckboy rep. And so she was like, listen, I'm not trying to marry him. Okay? He is for a good time, not a long time. Okay? And so she was like, she tells Lisa, well, what about your rep? And Lisa was like, girl, I don't have no rep. And Amira was like, yes, you do. Ma'am, you are good at two shoes. Okay? I didn't see that in Lisa, but okay. Lisa, and she's a good girl. She's done way more good. She hasn't done anything crazy. And so Lisa, that sits in her brain. So she's a little worried about what people think. She said it out loud, but really she's worried about what people think about her. So Vivian and Jeffrey have a conversation. She asks Jeffrey, how can we trust you? Jeffrey give her the rundown on all of the things he has done. Wasn't trying to throw it in her face. He did not do that. But he ran down, how he was there for her kids when things could have been exposed. And it could have cost them a lot, actually. And, he tells her, it's my actions. My actions show you that you should trust me. All right? And I just want to point out how fine Jeffrey and Mutt feel. Okay? When you look at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, NBC, Uncle Phil, and Jeffrey, not even in comparison. Okay? Those are some two fine-ass black men. Okay? Whoo, child, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Focus. Anyway, so Lisa complains about her good girl image, aka auntie image, to the boys, and they make fun of her. But you know what? She was like, I'm gonna show y'all better than I can tell y'all. All right. So they get an email from the school administration, and they're making a belonging and inclusion club or whatever. And so now black says, white says, whatever no logos can be worn on campus. And they're aggravated at this point. And just because of the stupidity of those white kids and the privilege of those white kids, now everybody else can't wear their things. And that's not fair. So they wanted to rally. So Will was like, listen, aren't y'all tired of rallying? Like, we're not going to rally. We're going to do something different. We're not going to go to their whack ass homecoming. We're going to have our own homecoming that's hosted by Black Sass. So she was like, how you going to pull that off in a couple of days? He was like, I got it. Let me do my magic. All right. So they hear ruckus. Okay. Will, Drew, Lisa, and Carlton. They hear ruckus. Olivia called Ashley a two-faced bitch. Who you talking to? So basically, Ashley had to straight up mollywop her. All right? Like, this is what they should have. You know what? Olivia, if you go back to Fresh Prince, Olivia was the black girl with the Jerry curl. I think that was the one who was trying to bully Ashley. And her mama and daddy came to Uncle Phil and Aunt Ville's house. And Uncle Phil had to punch the piss out of the daddy because he said her daughter needs to be in a mental institute. Okay? Baby, because Viv was about to beat the piss out of the mama. Okay? That's when Will tried to teach her how to fight. And he was like, back up. Mind your business. Just mind your business. Listen, if you have not ever in this world watched Fresh Prince, okay, I would suggest that you do so. Okay? Olivia is just a lover scorned. Okay? She is a lover scorned. So Lisa goes to Amira and asks her to be on the dance team. Because at this point, Lisa want to show y'all better than she can tell y'all. She want to show up and show out. All right? And she realized, she was like, man, I've been corny. I mean, I've been always had this good girl image. Ma'am, can we remember that your dad is the chief of police? So for you to show your ass, yeah, that's not, you know, because you and your dad almost came to blows about his raggedy pregnant wife after your mama died. Your mama friend. Okay? That's all. So, in the next scene, you know, everybody's setting up for the party because they got the venue on lock. Drew's dad paid for the venue and, you know, signed the contracts to have everything on lock because he's staying behind Black Sets. Carlton then thanks Jeffrey for getting them out of trouble because Will told Carlton what happened. And so we see Ashley. She taking the pictures on the 360, right? Vivian pregnant, well, not big pregnant, but she walking around telling Ashley, listen, I didn't teach you to go have a brawl on brawl with nobody. Okay? I taught you how to conduct yourself, young lady. And she was like, you lucky I ain't straight Miley wiped up. Okay? She said when Michelle go low, what Michelle said, when we go low, we go lower. And she said you would not put the Michelle Obama into your foolishness. Girl, I like Ashley. Okay, so Carlton run interference and he lets Viv know that Olivia had it coming. Okay, she was doing the most. So Vivian looks at Carlton was like, I'm really proud of you. They have this mother-son bond moment. She takes a selfie with him, or Ussie or whatever. Take a Ussie selfie, whatever y'all want to call it, with him. And she asks, listen, I thought you was bringing a mirror. And he was like, no, I'm just in a different place. This is second time saying that. Second or third time, because I think he mentioned that to Lisa in the last episode. You're in a different place. And you trying to see what's good with Little Miss Sunshine over there. Okay? That's what he said. I'm telling y'all what he said. So Phil and Will go to the side. He gives Will a watch, tells him how proud he is of Will for, being a leader, taking up this leadership role, and just basically putting all this together without rallying, getting in trouble, or anything like that. So he chose to do something different. So he passed them a watch and rubber. I don't know why I say that all the time. And so Phil was like, listen, I'm not encouraging smacks, okay? But I'm also not stupid, okay? Because you was a horny little teenager toad, okay? Here you go. I hope you wasn't looking for no magnums, sir. Get out our face. So he bought him some Trojans. Number one, trusted condom. Wait, what is she saying? All I get was a trip to the clinic. Give me that shake. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, so the Black Says homecoming, y'all, it's lit. Everybody there. They was able to do the damn thing. I will say that. They had it. It was really, really nice. So they introduced the dance team. And for me, another question I have with Amira being on the dance team is, how did she get a spot in the front? Like, is she captain? Like, I really need to know. And at this point, the way Carlton was eyeing Amira, okay, and Lisa showed y'all better than she can tell y'all, I ain't nobody's auntie, okay? Check me out, all right? So, in the next scene, Carlton is, I think he was looking for Amira. Anyway, Ashley come with a backpack. She stole a couple bottles of champagne from out of her mama house, talking about they not gonna miss it. Girl, you 14. And so Lisa was like, listen, you shouldn't be doing that. Get yourself together. Okay? Now, it didn't come out how they wanted it to come out between her and Will. So Will pulled her to the side. They took the drinks, rightfully so. And, as Carlton was like, what's up? Ashley said she just didn't want to live in the shadows of of Hillary and Carlton. And so Lisa tells her, be wise, like, because your mark what you leave, the stain you leave, is what you leave. Like, you don't want to be known for the party girl and all of the things. You want to be known as Ashley and leave your mark, as you go through high school. Anyway, it was a good conversation though. And so we see Amira on the dance floor. Okay, the way she was on the dance floor with Kareem. Listen, if I had space, I would show y'all how she was. I was like, girl. And Carlton and Marissa was dancing right next to her. Now, instead of Carlton focusing on Marissa, he looking over here at at Amira and how she is face down, ass up on Kareem. Okay, paint your own picture. Okay, so Marissa was like, "You could have just went with the bitch." Okay, I don't know why you said yes to me. She kept it cute though. She didn't crash out. She didn't cause no scene. Okay, because she is a classy young lady, and she walked off. So anyway, Viv, Philip, and Jeffrey, they come home to their house being trashed, and that was the people who want to launder money, the syndicates or whatever they call them. They trashed up the place because Philip did not give them an answer. He is not. No, he told them no. He's not reconsidering anything. All right. So Jeffrey was like, listen, when you told him no, this was what they do. And it's crazy. So Philip was like, set up a meeting tonight. So they're going to go meet with the people. So Lisa takes Will in this room, and they want to do grown people stuff. Okay, and she got on this 2-piece set. Girl, I'ma whoop y'all. Okay, cause ain't no way. What y'all doing? Where y'all mama at? Okay. Anyway, Amira and Carlton talk, and basically she was like, listen, I'm not your person anymore. I'm stronger. I'm not second guessing myself. I know my worth. Have a great night with Marissa. Like, don't come at me, because he was like, well, I just feel like I haven't said everything to you. So you gonna wait until I'm at homecoming to tell me some bullshit and how you feel, boy, how you feel. Okay, and I wasn't mad at that. And it further lets me know that Amira is mentally so much better than where she was, because she still took the moment to encourage Carlton and all of the things. So yeah, she walked off. I ain't got time. So meanwhile, Lisa and Will in that storage room knocking shit over and cuffing the girl booty, and they've been nominated queen and king, and they come out. His fly ain't zipped up. Her dress ain't zipped up. Like, everybody know y'all was back there doing nasty stuff. Okay? Y'all, I'ma whoop y'all. Okay? Anyway, Phil and Jeffrey meet with Dominique. Okay? First of all, a.k.a. Noma. Okay? If y'all do not know, 2 things. Dominique is Uncle Phil's real wife in real life. Okay? And 2, Dominique was on Power Book 2, played as Noma, a bad person, just like she is on here. Y'all gonna stop using my girl to be the bad woman. Every time I see her, she into some gang shit. Okay, so we found out that Jeffrey works for Noma, but Jeffrey, but Dominique, not Noma. Did I say Noma? Dominique, a.k.a. Noma. Okay? We found out that Dominique's dad took Jeffrey in when he was young. But when he was getting ready to hand Jeffrey over to business, and I think Jeffrey may have unalived him by choking him. Yeah, so that didn't go out. That didn't go well. It looked like, now I will say this, it looked like it looked like she had like in real life work done. She looks a little different, or it could be that her hair has gotten longer, because when we saw her on Power, her hair is shorter, and now her hair is longer. Anyway, I don't know. She just looked slightly different. That's all. So Phil decided to you know, go ahead and let them launder money, but he was like, we're gonna do it my way. And I really hope this doesn't fall back on Philip. But he lets her know, listen, the investors can't be touched in this process. All right. So they shake on it. Dominique then decides to tell Philip and Jeffrey what Will and Carlton did to her people's car, and she called the cops. And in the last part of the scene, we see the cops coming because they have a warrant out for Will and Carlton's arrest. And this is where the episode ended. As I said, it was pretty good. Okay, tomorrow I will bring the Guess Who's Coming for Thanksgiving. I'll bring that on Thanksgiving Day. Sisters, I normally drop that tonight, but I won't. I'm going to actually give that to y'all tomorrow. I still have to give y'all Love and Hip Hop Miami. And I will actually, after this, I'll have All's Fair up. All right. So, and tomorrow is Thursday. I will, if BET's Family Business is up, I'll have that tomorrow. So we'll be, doing some stuff. Listen, Thanksgiving is supposed to be about turkey and all of the things, but around here we're gonna have tacos and what is that dip? Not queso dip, but Rotel dip. Okay, we're not doing all of that crazy stuff. I'm about to go right across the street to the store and get me a 8-pack of wine coolers, because I don't go back to work until Monday. Okay? Monday. All right? Anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.